know it has been a long time since I did an update vlog on my YouTube channel, and I'm thinking, well, probably long enough to be marginally interesting anyway. My crafting skills have been doing well. I've learned how to make socks now. I bought some canvases and I've been making some paintings. Oh, here, let me adjust the camera. Yes. I bought some canvases with which to make some paintings because people seem not to understand that um, that's not the only type of art in the world. You can do more than just paint pretty pictures. But anyways, I thought I'd paint some pretty pictures. I got one painted. It's just a skyscape. It's gray. I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? I figured it out that the compliments you receive are not, oh Jesus, nothing anybody says matters in terms of metrics, in terms of valuation. Um, Whether or not somebody's willing to put it on for sale in their gallery might be a metric I could value. But what people say about it is going to have more to do with what they want me to know that they think about me. It's like, I will use this opportunity to critique your art as a way of communicating with you what I think about you as a person. And they do that so reliably that there's really no point in worrying about what they've said about your art. Because they're not talking about your art, they're talking about you. So it comes back to, well, it doesn't tell me if my art's good or not. And honestly, what does that mean? I was taught all kinds of ways of assessing art. And I did incorporate some of that. So, good? I don't know. Who cares? I like it. It's good. And the next one's probably going to get started today, but I'm struggling with brain fog and yawning again. I don't know if it's because I've been knitting too much lately and I need to do something else. I got up and did the dishes, but as soon as it never quite went away. And I know I got enough sleep last night. Now, back to the bigger picture, because it's day by day. I've been doing a lot of TikTok. I like TikTok. How's my life going? It ain't yet. It's not. I'm still waiting for a miracle. Pretty much. Sitting in a bus. We get scooted around periodically. I'll get about 6 months in a particular location and then it'll blow up. I figured out that primarily what gets the city... okay, so the city acts when people complain, and people complain when, and I think the answer is, you get enough RVs together that the assholes show up. Because every time it hasn't... As long as we're just sitting there parked, keep the road clean, we stay inside our rigs or we go do our business. Or if we're seen outside of our rigs, we're doing something productive. Then that's my theory, that's okay. But when we're seen outside of the rigs, sitting around, talking, and leisuring, to put it in a grand scale, whether or not there's alcohol and drugs involved, leisure seems to be the thing that triggers people, groups of people having leisure. Because we were all fine over, let me see, the First Avenue thing. Honestly, I'm not sure why they kicked us off First Avenue the first time. It's like, I think it's because Dan and I arrived. We seem to be the trigger. Now we're a familiar sight, so maybe that's not it anymore, because then we moved over by the tennis center, and it was when people started hanging out on the lawn that everything started to go sideways and they started to get mad. And before long, there was so many people hanging out on the lawn, not that over across the street and down the block, the abandoned Insurance Corporation of BC building. Well, it's not abandoned, it's empty. It's unused. It looks like it would make such a good campground and shelter area if you had someone willing to operate it and run it, because it needs to be run. You can't just go, all right, fine, sit here. Someone has to run it. And running it involves somebody that plays daddy to all of the idiots who can't clean up after themselves and like to play fights and have fights and fight for their rights and play right fighter all day, which is what was happening. These guys who are, you can't tell me what to do, I got my rights, started getting in there like, oh yeah, you want to have a fight? And picking fights. So we got kicked out. And they changed the parking rules. So then I moved to a place where the bylaw officers seemed to think that's where we ought to be. And a whole lot of other people were not getting bothered over on First Avenue. Terrible location. My nerves eroded so badly. I was just stumbling through existence, wanting to be dead, wondering why I wasn't dead yet, and coming close to it. I came very close to a stroke. My veins must be very strong because the migraine and the pulsing was insane. But we had neighbors that would variously pick fights with, like, there was Lisa across the street who liked to step out into traffic and then give the drivers hell for it, for her being in their way. What? You got a problem here? I'm walking here. I got the right to the street. And then there was John over there who was constantly screaming and smashing things and leaving garbage all over the place. And I don't know who, but somebody was plugging up that garbage can on a daily basis with ginormous bags of trash, which I was taking to a dumpster that wasn't being locked. Because if we all picked a few different dumpsters and sort of distributed it, it wouldn't be enough to bother anyone. But no, every time anybody tried to use the trash can, it was full of big bags. And someone there was using diapers. Because there's a lot of handicaps and disabilities in the community, including diaper-wearing people. I know for a while there was somebody who was so bad that they had to be changed by their son. It was a woman being caregiven by her son in an RV. And she should absolutely have been in a care home. And it was just missed, or there's not enough spots open. I don't know. But anyway, so they kicked us out of First Avenue, and that was like, we got to move by June 1st. So I moved a few weeks early when I found this spot that I'm in now. And the spot that I'm in now is far from all resources, and I'm glad I have the car. There's a park nearby, but it's a very groomed park. There's not a lot of wild spaces and fun spaces, but I did actually find a little spot nearby where the dogs can go run around. So I'm sorting out the little problems. But it's dark at night. That might be discouraging for some. For me, that is a relief. Lighting stresses me out. It keeps me awake. I like it dark. And it's quiet at night. Oh my God, I love it. And I wonder if the dark and quiet scares some of the other RV people, because there's a double spot up ahead that's also unregulated and nobody has yet camped there. It's just us camping here, and we move every 3 days to meet the law. So unless and until they change the regulations and regulate the parking, we can just quietly reside here. And my nerves are recovering. Slowly, gradually, my nerves are beginning to recover. I've got more bandwidth for shocks. I've got more energy for affection to the dogs. I've got more optimism, more ability to reach out and try to do things, like going and buying a bunch of canvases to paint. I think I will start one today. I've been spinning silk. I'll show you the silk I'm working on because it's real pretty. Just such a pretty color. Look at that. Look at that. And what I'm doing is I've got a bunch of white. I got a bunch of this. This is a silk hanky. It's about 5 layers of silk cocoons all stretched out together, and then I put the color on them, and then I spin that into, now I've got a mess back here behind the camera. Oh, I'm sorry. Got a mess back here behind the camera. You want to see it? That's the mess. Anyway, I spin them onto spools, and then I ply them, and I get a beautiful applied fabric. Let me take you and show you.